I was baptized, but I did it just to kind of do it. Everybody else was doing it. I wanted to follow along. But when I moved to Georgia, that's when I really realized that I don't think I got saved before I got baptized, or I couldn't remember having that personable and intimate experience with the Lord. So when I was about 12 years old, that's when I made the decision to give my life to Christ. And then fast forward about 5 years later, me and my mom, we moved to Alabama. I was definitely very scared at first. It had happened right after a very hard time in my life. Growing up, I did not realize it, but my dad suffered from alcoholism, and it finally just kind of caught up to him. And because of that, I turned away from God. I was mad at him, why could you do this to me? Because even though he was suffering from that addiction, he was still my dad. And growing up, I always chose to see the good and to see and remember all of the positive and happy memories until the end, when I couldn't focus on the positives anymore. I just kept thinking to myself, how could a God that is so loving and powerful just take away somebody so important to me in my life? I became severely depressed. I was still very mad at God, at my mom for moving me in such a season of grief that I was going through and completely just uprooting my life and changing it. I started to fill the voids and the holes in my life that I was missing with drinking and partying and living for the world. I just wanted to give up, and I wanted my life to be over because I didn't see any hope in the future. But I could still hear the Lord very faintly, I'm still here for you. I've never left your side. Being able to come to the moment where I could forgive my dad, that was one of the hardest things I had to work through, was that forgiveness. But once I did that, that's when I was really able to just continue to celebrate his life. Back in March of last year, my husband got into a very serious car accident. We spent 12 days in the hospital, and when we finally made it home, I said to him that this is our time to find the church that we want to raise our family in. This is the time where we need to run towards God instead of running away from him. This was kind of the first really major thing, kind of personal to him, that he had experienced. And just going through everything I did with my dad and working through that, I knew that running away from the Lord was not the answer. That was not how we were going to overcome this season. One of the biggest stones that God has moved out of my life, while unforgiveness was a big one, shame and kind of guilt towards myself was a really huge one that I also had to work through in my freedom journey. There were a lot of times where I felt that I wasn't good enough, thinking about my past and everything that I've done, all the hurt that I've caused to others, all the hurt that I've caused to myself, that it was something that the Lord was holding over my head, but in reality, it was a tactic that the enemy was holding over my head because I was chasing the Lord. The community here at Daystar has definitely been a huge part of my walk with Christ, and the flame that is just lit under me to just continue to follow him and to continue to seek him. My life before I surrendered it all and before I fully began my walk with Jesus was definitely scary looking back on it now. I truly don't know if I would still be here, if I was still living the same way that I was. I think it's important to remember that, especially in such younger ages, that there is power in the things that the Lord is doing in your life right now. You'll be able to look back and maybe not fully understand why it all happened, but you'll be able to see the good works that the Lord has done, and you'll be able to help others through that as well.